It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Cowboys and the Raiders, next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win, and I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them now in his 8th year in the NFL.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start here with Jackson, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
They run again with Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
This is caught by Tucker.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably in.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Aikman will throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
11 more on that one and another first down. Now it's Aikman. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson
from 21 yards away.
And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's to the 15.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Royce Freeman, 65 yards.
And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Well, now how about this return?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
At the 43-yard line.
On the give, here comes Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Mayer there to bring it in.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
A 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully we'll be kicking extra points instead.
The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating him up right now.
They begin with a run by Smith. Powering forward. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He'll look to throw.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Inside handoff, Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Dallas.
They'll run it again with Smith. Ooh, fights through and now a crease. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
Smith up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Royce Freeman ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Well, the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
Now a give, it's Jackson. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. So he'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runner. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. Powers by at the 40.
And he will have the Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They keep it with Smith on first down.
Now he's into the clear again, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. 126 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 42.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Good for another Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Back to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers
From 17 yards out.
and the Raiders get a bit closer.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24, 13 our score. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 34-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, they'll throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
A give to Smith out of the gun.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw.
That is caught.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Max Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 2.
The 46-yard line.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Second and 9 now.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
and 10 at the 30.
He'll drop to throw.
Open man, that's Milne.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile, people raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating, okay? And to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that, that guy's dynamite.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer because they need to come up with something.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Going right back to Ferguson.
And all the way down to the 5. A big play here for Dallas. 49 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got the connection to Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Here's Aikman setting to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
PAT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's a second down and 9.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
DJ Turner
From 8 yards out.
and the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Now Aikman. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Aikman will throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now Aikman looking to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Now it's Aikman. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Play action. It's Aikman. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
It's caught. Tolbert takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They go play action now. Aikman looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A 1st carry for Amir Abdullah, pushing through the contact. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
They'll go up the middle with White. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game?
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, Abdullah.
And he'll work down inside the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 39.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On third down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. First down, here's White. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Carr. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Here's Carr to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buddy Johnson in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On play action, it's Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Micah Parsons make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try.
From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Carlson is good, and this game is tied.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum and were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Off the play fake, here's Aikman.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. To throw is Aikman. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, first